Hi class, this week's comments will be quick. The quiz, it was curved again, and class average last week was 65, and class average in the last one was 64. So, if nothing else, you're consistent. The thing about these quizzes, and the solutions will be open to you within either right now or in a couple of days. Think hard about the questions, and it's conceptual, so take your time and think through it and you're okay. There's basically just a few ideas of everything, and your discussion boards are good. What it comes down to in GoPro, and this came out of the strategy lecture, is what do you excel at? If you're going to be a company, you have to be good at something. And the three things that you can be good at is, one, I can have the best price, like Walmart. Two, I have the best product, better than anybody else, like SpaceX. They have the best rockets. And then finally, do I know the customer better than anybody else? And that's what GoPro was about. And so the question is GoPro used to understand the extreme sports star, and now they've lost it. And how do they get that kind of intimacy back? And so most of your discussions were pretty much spot on. The case study was actually based on a real case. And what happened is, this is when Dr. Cho was working for a flat panel company, and we started making really good small displays. But the problem is that they were married to the business plan. And so they refused to go against the investors who they told they were going to make 10-inch displays. And then the 5-inch display became an option also, and they kept shooting everything down. And I told them we should go after the 2-inch display just because of the volume and everything else. And then the thing that you saw is that the cost is basically dollars per square inch. So the cost is exactly the same of producing a 2-inch display versus producing a 10-inch display. It's all real estate. And so that's the metric that I wanted you to get at. Some of you did quite well on it. Some of you, most of you died from 1,000 cuts, meaning you just kept getting lots of little things wrong. But anyway, I wanted you to get exposed to a case, because in real marketing what happens is that you have lots of details, and you have to go through the data and figure out how all these details come together. And that's kind of the fun thing. But a case study requires work and diligence. We now move on to the 4 Ps. This is where, okay, so what have we learned? Well, first of all, we understand how people think. So we understand how we want to position ourselves. Then what we do is we first need to understand the landscape. What's the situation? Think of this as being like a military invasion. Before I'm going to invade, I need to know what the situation is. And then once I understand the situation, then I need to pick a strategy. And so what it comes down to is, what am I going to target? So that's market segmentation. And now, in order to affect that segment, what do I need to do? And these are the knobs you can turn. And that has to do with price, product, promotion, and also distribution. Each of these has one simple concept. Price. What is price about? How much I'm willing to pay depends on how much I value something. And what is distribution about? How do I want to touch the customer? For example, do you want to start selling Maseratis inside a Walmart? No. Different clientele, different kind of... And so the next is promotion. And promotion is about, okay, what kind of message do I send? Is our message purely technical? Is our message about emotion? What is our message about? And so this gets into the aspects of advertising. And then finally, product. The simple truth about product is customers want everything and they don't want to pay for it. So what features do I need to pick to figure out how they're going to pay for it? And this is where software freemium is really difficult. You set the price. Remember reference pricing? You set the price at 0. So now how do I get them to pay money? That's about it for this week. If you have any questions, please let me know. And everybody, have a great week.